Hey everybody, it's Malv off the Noisy Neighbors podcast. My partner Joey is at the FC Dallas game tonight, so just going to do a solo show here, but hopefully get a few of you on to chat about the events of the evening. Manchester City have slapped the champions of Europe, Real Madrid, 4-0 at the Etihad, and I've been obsessed with looking through media ever since, and I just thought I want to talk to some people about this. So can I get some of you to log in, get on this show, and chat to me about what happened tonight? Because history was made tonight. An absolutely breathtaking performance, just obliterated Real Madrid. And I want to get into it with you. So I want to share it with you. I am glowing right now, Jake. Thank you very much, man. So what I'm going to do is drop a link in the chat. What you're going to need is a device, preferably that has headphones so that there's no feedback issues and that. You're definitely going to have video on for reasons. Device, headphones, decent lighting wherever you are so we can see your face. And let's talk about this history that happened tonight. So I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. Here we go. Bear with me. I'm doing this by myself, so and I haven't done it in a while. Here we go. Paste. Boom. The link is in the chat. Get in there. You'll be in a little waiting room where I can see you. Please be patient. I will get to you. Just I'll bring you on after I speak to the person before you, obviously. So who's going to be first? Who wants to talk about this? Just a quick reminder, it was the same 11 that played that he played against Madrid in leg 1 in Madrid. That was Edison, back 3 of Walker, Diaz, and Akanji. Midfield, Rodri, Stones tucked next to Rodri. And then sort of 4 players in front of them. Bernardo Silva on the right, that was the big question going in. De Bruyne and Gundo in the middle. Jackie Grealish on the left. And Erling Haaland up front. For Real Madrid, Courtois in goal. They did make a couple changes. Camavinga was the left back. Centre backs Alaba, Militao, Carvajal on the right. Midfield of Modric, Kroos, and Valverde up front. Vinny, Benzema, and Rodrigo. So, Clash of the Titans here. I do have somebody who's called in. We've got Crunk. Let me add Crunk. There he
is. What is up?
Bit of a round of applause for you.
Thank you.
How you feeling, mate?
I'm doing good. Got my dirty martini here.
Forgot to get a drink. Maybe my wife will figure out what's going on here and bring me one. Mate, you must be buzzing.
Tell her you're talking to me and you can't get up. Let's see if I have any pull.
You must be buzzing, mate. You must be buzzing.
Oh, yeah, man. It took me a while for it to even hit, if I can be honest. And then for the next maybe 90 minutes after, I would just randomly be like, just randomly just be like, we won. It's done. The final. Just we're good for another month to relax.
We have got some big matches coming up, man. I was at the pub. I spent the first half watching it. I got stuck in a meeting at work, so I watched the first half on my phone, sort of secretly, and sort of fist pumping under the desk. Like, come on, and managed to get to the pub for the last 15 minutes or so. Luckily, I ended up winning it and that. And I was talking to the owner of the pub about hey, we got Sunday's massive, right? Could potentially win the league. FA Cup final against United. Champions League final against Inter. Back-to-back weekends. We have got some massive things to look forward to in the next next few weeks, mate. So it's gonna be absolutely mad. Just talk to me about the performance, man. Did you expect this? Were you worried? What do you reckon?
So I did. I guess I'm part of the. I have this philosophy where we need to take account of the just recent history and success and have that mindset that matches that. And so, and then I wrote that I couldn't see a scenario where City was going to lose. Obviously, anything can happen. I recognize what happened last year, but for this team to be who we think they are, who we need them to be, there was just no doubt in me that they were going to come and handle business.
Yeah, there was a few ways I thought this could go, but there was one way that I knew it absolutely would not go, and there was never ever going to be Real Madrid blowing City out. Right, I could not see that at all. What I could see is the opposite. I could see City blowing them out if we were played to our best, which we did. But I could also see, with it being Real Madrid, it being really tight, fine margins, because that's just who they are, how they play. They don't have to even play that well to beat you, as we found out. So for it to go this way, 4-0 in the end, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing.
Crazy.
What's your number one takeaway from the difference between the two teams? For me, it's work rate. Absolutely work rate. How hard we worked in their half. They struggled, mate. They struggled to put passes together, particularly in the first half. But what's the difference between these two sides?
We came with the energy that we had in the first leg. The difference was we weren't falling for Real's little tricks, that little MADRID where he'd come and support it when they were trying to play out the back, and then he would suck in a defender, usually like a Kanji or somebody like that, and he'd just do the back heel, and Camavinga or Vinny would go flying off. That didn't happen. There were multiple times where I saw a Kanji like stop himself and just back up, and the one time Modric just heeled it out of bounds, and he turned around and he was like, "Where are you guys?" So I guess the focus matched the energy this time around.
Yeah, Madrid definitely weren't on it, but I think all down to us, all down to our work rate, our pressing. The big call I think on the day in terms of the lineup was we were wondering who would be on the right wing, because Bernardo didn't have the best first leg, but obviously makes the right call. Bernardo gets a brace. Just fantastic. Anybody else you want to call out? I thought Bernardo was obviously brilliant. Anybody else catch your eye, mate?
Walker. He was crazy. That whole, when Vinny had that run that he just is almost like a trademark of his, where he just runs, he has all those people around him, and he somehow just gets the shot off, and Kyle Walker just came up, put that arm on his shoulder, and just truly, just stopped him. Like he just paused, turned, and gave the ball up. I was just like, what just happened? And so that was the moment where I was like, oh, we're good. And Vinny would try and he would push. Yeah, but he had no idea what to do. Shout out on Bernardo specifically, what he was able to do with Camavinga because of his hustle and what he's able to do. He brings a lot of energy to the squad, which helps them not have to run around because they have a bunch of old dudes. And that's me saying that, and I'm 33, so old dudes. But it was just fantastic. Bernardo buckling Camavinga multiple times, just shutting him down, then even getting at him defensively. Like when Camavinga had the ball, he was sliding at him. He was trying to take him out. They're not ready for the moment. They have players who are ready for the moment, but them as a squad, they have a lot of change to do. And I wonder how Jude was looking at this match. I'm probably getting way ahead, but it will be interesting to see how we watch that match in the future.
No, 100%, mate. And that's a great shout for Walker, by the way.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy.
All right. Hey, this is Crunk Chocolate. He's off Shades of Blue podcast. It's
What up? What up?
podcasts, it's YouTube, it's Twitch, it's Crunk and the lads, Tom Bomb, Charlie, Tarek. Great stuff, mate. I love your stuff. So
Cheers.
find these. Where can they get you on Twitter?
Shades of Blue US.
Yeah. Go to @ShadesOfBlueUS on Twitter. All the links are there for all their content. It's brilliant stuff. Cover the women's team as well. So thank you, Crunk. Thanks for coming on, mate. Hope to speak to you again soon.
Cheers.
See you, mate. There goes Crunk. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. No messing about. Let's go to the next person. Alex, are you ready, pal? You got some sort of background going on there. I don't know what that is. Because I don't know what that is. Oh, he's thumbing me up. He's thumbs up. All right, here comes Alex. Hey,
What's up, man?
what's up, man? I couldn't tell what you had going on there.
I'm just hanging out with the guys here.
Yeah.
We're having a great time. It's a good night.
Yeah, you're on
Pep's
top of the
restaurant. We went to his restaurant and lit it up. I don't know what Rodolfo had, but he is farting up a storm.
Oh, that's
What a
brilliant.
night, Mo. What's up, man?
Unreal, bro. Did you get a chance to watch it?
Yeah, I couldn't go to the pub. Shout out Queen Citizens. They were out at Jackalope Jack's out there. Because I was watching my daughter. I have a 6-month-old, and
Nice
so
one.
I'm watching her. Which I know you're a father, and I'm sure you remember these days. But I'm like timing out, like, all right, her nap is gonna come like right at halftime. So if I can just like hold the fort for the first half and not get too crazy, and of course, the first half we were rolling them, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to shout when Bernardo's got his brace going, but I'm sure you felt the same way. Like I was waiting for Real to switch on at some
Yeah.
point, and I was guarded against it. I was joking in the text with the fellas, like, I want 4-0 before I relax. Like we have to cut their head off. And that's ultimately what happened. But they were genuinely shook in the first half. I really thought some point in the first half we would switch off or they'd get a good chance and it would click them into gear. But no, like I've never seen Real that rattled. So yeah, I was able to watch the second half, put her down for a nap, and just kind of locked in. And it was great. I was freaking out, man. It was great.
At what point were you like, I think we've won this?
At 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah, I just, listen, our defense, I know we've talked about it plenty on the pod. Our defense is I think the differences this year is our defense is healthy and so versatile. Like we're not like, oh, if this one's back goes down, we're screwed. Like, we got Nathan, who will probably be healthy, it seems like, for the final on the bench, and we've still rolled him today. Kyle played great. But the difference is that, that healthy defense playing as good as they have all season, but then obviously Holland too, who I thought his game was, it wasn't an awesome A+ game from him, but he just sucks up so much attention, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it took a couple of Courtois, master saves, to keep him out today. He was a real handful. I thought he was just unlucky that Courtois was just stopping everything.
That was so I got a little nervous after that second Holland chance, which was the amazing save. I mean, just hats off to that save. That's where I was like, is this going to be one of those City games where we have a ton of possession? We've seen it in the league, right? We've seen it all over. Classic City, like they're not putting away their chances, they're not being clinical, and somehow we're going to be down 1-0, struggling just to score. I got those nerves, and then Bernardo just socks it home. It was so good. It was just so good. So
yeah, he was the one that people were suggesting shouldn't play, or at least not on the right wing. So yeah, what a difference a week makes, man.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Pep had said he had seen something and was going to try something. I see something that's going to be a little different. What exactly was it that you think unlocked it? Was Yeah, I thought so.
It was
too.
a bluff, mate.
I was like, do I see anything different? I feel like we're just a little bit more turned on.
I think the thing that Pep changed was the location of the match. From Madrid to City to Manchester. You know what I mean? I think he was banking on just our home form, our fans, the way the team performs at the Etihad. I was thinking back about, like, all right, what is this comparable to in recent memory? Well, probably Bayern, right?
Yeah.
Bayern's a good squad. We handled them at home. Arsenal, the best team in England until 2 weeks ago. Handled them easily.
Yeah.
Liverpool handled them. So that gave me a lot of confidence, mate. So I think just being at home was massive, and going into it with it being even, I think that actually helped us. You know, I think a 1 or 2 goal lead would have been a bit of a
Yeah, you
a
want to
mind
protect the
fuck.
lead, or if you're
Yeah,
down, you're
what do we
pressing a
do
little bit
here? What do we
much.
do? It was
Just win a
evens.
game.
It was a cup final, one
Just win a game.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, just win it. So I
Yeah.
I thought he would go with the same 11, and I
Yeah.
was right. And it was just you got I think more work rate. You got a bit tidier with the passing, a bit more courage with the passing,
hmm
and you got a different Bernardo Silva on the wing that is finishing. So
I love it.
absolutely
Well, listen,
great.
I
Absolutely
know you
great.
got Joey. Joey wanted to get in here. I got 2 quick things to say. One, I feel like the city side has a controlled intensity to them
Yeah.
that is they're just in a state right now, and I hope it stays through. It's a long time till June 10th. You know, obviously we got a while. We got to wrap up the league, and then I'll be curious to see how Pep rotates the squad. We got to
Yeah.
take care of business on Sunday, but you know, the Arsenal match that you brought up in this one felt the same, where it's like we played to our level. We didn't second guess it. Pep didn't overthink it, whatever you want to call it. They just like controlled. They knew the intensity. They played at their level, and they know no one can roll with them. The other thing is whatever's going on with KDB
100%.
with his emotions and stuff. You know, obviously there's been some suggestions that maybe he lost someone recently. Again, I find whatever is happening there really interesting. KDB's like in a place right now. You can really see it.
Yeah, he's like what do you call it? Like as KDB goes, we go. You know, he's
For
so
sure.
critical.
sure.
So and
For sure.
for him to he's really stepping up in these Champions League games, and he hopefully carries us to it, man.
He
So
wants it so bad. He's been pretty straightforward whenever anybody asks him about it, that
yeah.
this is what he wants and what he wants to do. And I think people always try to throw this at Pep if it's going to validate his legacy. I think KDB wins a Champions League, and that's going to elevate him in the eyes of people who are maybe
100%.
holding out. So
Thanks, Alex.
hey,
I'm gonna
love
bring
you, Mo.
my dumb
Joey,
co-host wants to come on.
Joey,
So I'm gonna bring him on.
out there. You be safe out there, Joey. That's
Thank
all
you,
I'm saying.
Alex.
Peace, y'all.
See you, mate. All right, there goes Alex. All right, all the way from Frisco. It's host Nosy Neighbor podcast. It's Joey McHugh.
I can't hear a word. I can't hear a word to say it.
Okay, carry on.
What the fuck is this? You're just doing shows without me? That's what we're doing? Is that what's going on here? I don't like that. That's mean. That's rude. Bye. Have a good show.
How many hot dogs? Hot dogs.
Oh.
All right. Keep going. Keep going.
We'll see. Love you. Bye.
Love it, mate. There goes Joey. Okay, next up, let's just keep it moving, mate. We got Clinton. Welcome, Clinton. What's up, mate?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Where are you calling from?
Houston, actually.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, Houston Space Citizens representing.
Love them.
Hi.
Michelle and them.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in, mate.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Were you at the pub today? Were you at the Phoenix?
No, I was secretly watching it at work. Don't tell anybody.
I feel you.
But
same.
No, I actually had a lot of issues trying to control myself, especially when Bernardo scored that second goal. My coworker was walking by as I was silently throwing my fist at my cubicle, and yeah, he probably thinks I'm pretty weird now.
Nah, we're all weird. That's what I find. Yeah, all of us fucking weirdos, man.
Oh,
I feel like particularly Blue Moon Dallas is a bit of a weirdo magnet. We're all weird, but we get along great, so it's cool. And it's the same in Houston, obviously.
Yeah, weird's interesting. Normal is boring.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, who stood out for you? Bernardo, you said, scored the goal. Would you make of Akanji getting his first goal for City in a Champions League semi-final?
Dude, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't comfortable that whole game. I was having Vietnam flashbacks. That entire match. I was just waiting for Madrid to get back into gear and start coming back at us, and they just never did. And when Akanji scored that third one, I was like, okay, I think we got this. I think we got
Yeah,
this.
I think the third one is what sort of sealed it because I think we've all
Mhm.
got like, what do they call it? PTSD from what happened to us last year in the same tie, right? Where Madrid
Yeah.
scored a couple goals in the last couple of minutes and sent it to extra time. And
Mhm.
yeah, for me, until the final whistle blew, I mean, at 3, I felt really good. At 4, I was like, right, we're sorted here. But the
Yeah.
final whistle, I was like, right, that is put to bed. In
No,
fact,
that was me too. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's these lessons you have to learn along the way.
Yeah.
You learn lessons when you lose that way, and you have to. It's all about taking them and not letting them happen again, basically. So
Yeah.
I know that was a miserable feeling last year, but it could be a pretty pivotal moment in our sort of evolution in this tournament. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited. So we're playing Inter in the final.
hmm
What are your thoughts?
I think they're going to be a lot harder to break down
Mm,
than Madrid, just because they like to play that 5 in the back.
classic Italians.
And
Yeah.
and it's the good old fashioned attack versus defense. I feel like we're kind of falling back into that whole Mourinho thing again. But no, I mean it's passing. That's the biggest thing. They've got their passing on, then it won't matter how many guys they put in front of us. They're gonna
Yeah,
find that ball through.
that's a great point. It's a very simple point that you've made there, but it's great. There are games where City is sort of on it, passing
Mhm.
wise. Like I didn't think in Madrid we were particularly on it. I thought we were about like 90%. Like there was a bit off. But when we're on it, like we were tonight, passing wise, and it's crisp and it's confident,
Can't touch us.
you're right. You're right. We're hard to stop, man. Hard to
And
stop.
I felt that in that first game too, they were kind of fighting their own demons. Like they were remembering that last leg last year in Madrid and what happened, and they were just playing like, oh, just don't let it happen again. Just don't let it happen. Just don't let it happen again. That's part of the reason I think that they were really happy with that 1-1 because they went into that place where they had it and then lost it, and then played the tie last week and came out and basically set themselves up for a final game, and all they had to do was win,
Yeah,
which they did pretty convincingly.
yeah. No, 100%, mate. Listen, Clinton, thanks for the call, mate. I'm going to move on to the next one, yeah?
Yeah, sure thing, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, no worries. Take care, mate.
Yeah, you too,
There
bro.
he goes. There goes Clinton. Let's see. All right, Moody. Moody's in there. Moody, put your video on, mate. There he is. All right, cool. Welcome to the show, Moody.
Hey, what's up, Muff? How you doing,
Hey,
man?
what's up? How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I've been listening to you guys for a long time. Thanks for having me on, man.
Oh, thanks so much, man. Of course, I
Yeah.
recognize you from the chat and the Twitter and all that, mate. So it's good to
Yeah.
see your face.
Yeah, I love the pod, man. Keep up.
Where
the
you
great
at?
work. I'm in Canada, like hour and a half away from Toronto.
All right, we got a lot of
Yeah.
Canadians, don't we?
Yeah.
What city?
Yeah.
What's the city called?
It's called London, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
London, Ontario.
London, Ontario.
All right, I have heard of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, wow, that's good. Yeah, not too many
Cool,
people
cool.
hear about it. Yeah.
How you feeling?
Yeah, it's an awesome day, man. Took day
Yeah.
off work to watch
Nice.
the game, and yeah, it paid off, right? So yeah.
100%.
Super excited, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, were you nervous going in, or what were you thinking?
Oh yeah, man, we're shooting bricks the whole day, that's how it is. But yeah, I mean, it was good, right? Like, I mean, the game was amazing, but I wanted to give props out to Eddie, right? I thought Eddie
great
was
point.
really good. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was mentioned as much, but yeah, he got
Not enough.
he got quite a bit of slack the last year or so, right? So it was really
Yeah.
nice to see him
There's a
doing really good.
section of fans that
Yeah.
Well, I think they see what they saw tonight. They see Courtois basically
Yeah.
keeping a side in a game, and they'd
Yeah.
like that from Edison.
Yeah.
But they're just different types of keepers,
Right. Yeah. Like
But he
Eddie
did
just
make
puts it away, right?
three huge saves tonight, Edison.
Yeah,
So
especially the one that went to the crossbar, right? That was really
yes,
good.
yes.
Yeah.
And everybody's coming in, like Edison's coming into form at just the right time, don't you think?
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. It seems like a different Ederson. I don't know if he did something differently, but yeah, I guess he was always calm. But it seems like he just makes like a lot like better saves this year.
Yeah, just the last couple months, I feel like something's sort of
I
he's
think
really
it's like,
stepped up.
yeah, that thing people used to say, like you just concede off your first shot. It doesn't happen that much anymore, right? So
Yeah.
that's always a
Yeah.
plus. So yeah, we'll see how it goes
Totally.
with Inter.
Totally agree. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Inter, man?
To be honest, I haven't watched like here in Canada. We don't get the Serie A that much, so I haven't really watched them. I did watch the second leg with AC. But yeah, it seems like I think like the last person said, it's gonna be a lot harder to break down. So yeah, you think there'll be a lot of any changes to our team?
I think
maybe.
Pep's found an 11 now that he
Yeah,
thinks can beat anybody, anywhere,
yeah.
anytime. And I
Oh,
tend to agree with him, man. They are so ruthless.
yeah.
They just squeezed the life out of Madrid tonight, particularly in the first half. It did open up a bit in the second half at the beginning. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Madrid
yeah.
were really trying to open it up a bit, and it did worry me a bit. But
Yeah, they got all the possession that first like section of the second half, right? That was I was worrying too.
we didn't control it quite like we had in the first half, and I guess that's to be expected. It's hard to press that well for that long, but this is the difference between this team and teams in the past. We can take a bit of pressure on because they're all defensive minded at the back.
Yeah, there's four guys at the back, right? Like you can just trust them. They win the headers. It's not like last year, right?
Yeah, and you add an informed Edison to that, and it's we
Yeah.
gave up no goals to Real Madrid tonight.
One
Amazing.
goal in 180 minutes, right?
The one goal we did give up
was a screamer.
World-class screamer from Vinny Jr., one of the best players in the world.
I don't think Courtois would have said that anyway, right? Like that was going in on any day.
He hit it.
Yeah.
It was an amazing strike. How it stayed low enough to go in the goal over that distance. Amazing.
Yeah. And that was another thing, right? Like I guess years past we might have crumbled maybe at the Bernabeu with like a shot like that, but this year it seems like the guys are like, I feel really confident watching this team. You never know what'll happen on the day, but yeah, I feel like a lot more confident this year.
Expected vibes are high, mate.
Oh yeah, man. Tigers FC.
That's right. That's right. Listen, Moody, I'm going to move on to the next one.
For sure, man.
It's really nice to see your face and connect.
For sure, man. If you have time, can you play the Howard Hawkin theme again?
Ooh, I like that. All right. Thank you, bro.
Man. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. There goes Moody. Thanks, Moody. All right. Moving on. Yeah, this is great. I'm just going to keep going. I'm sorry about the chat. I can't do both talking and monitoring, but it looks like you guys are having a great time over there. So cool. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Hey, if you've got some bollocks on you, call in. Let's go. Don't just be typing in the chat. Get on the show, Get stuck in. All right, I'm going to bring on Johan now. Johan, what's up, mate?
Hey, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Thanks for calling in. You've got the bollocks, man. I love it. How you feeling?
Thank you, man. Oh, elated. I'm absolutely buzzing, man. Buzzing.
Love it. I've just realized I forgot in ages to drop the link in the chat. Sorry, you can call in by following the link I just put in the chat, and you can come on like Johan has and chat with me. We've got a doggo.
Oh yes, this
Who's
is Haaland, actually.
Haaland.
Yes.
For real.
Yes, for real.
Brilliant. Brilliant. What's up, Haaland?
Hey, say hello.
Hey. Yes. All right. Star of the show. Haaland. All right. How long have you had Haaland?
Actually, just a couple of weeks. I just rescued him from the streets.
Love it. From the street. He's from the streets.
Yes, he was just rolling around the streets.
Love it. Nice one. Well done, man. So what were your thoughts going in, man? Were you nervous or were you confident?
Oh yes, absolutely very nervous, especially come the morning. Yesterday I was tranquilo, but
we love that.
When this morning came, I really was feeling that, I don't know, that nervousness, knowing what they can do, what they have done to us in the past, but also with that confidence. Once the game got going in that first half, there was only one team out there, and I mean, had it not been for the great saves that Courtois had, I mean, hats off. it could have been easily the whole match 7-0 to City. Ederson had 2 great saves, which were minimal, but still were great saves. But I mean, and also when they come in on the second half, that's when you could tell they weathered their storm from Madrid coming out after their halftime talk, and they just nailed it down. I mean, pedal to the metal and go home for it.
Yeah, we're not as susceptible to counterattacks anymore, are we? He's really sorted that out. The
Man,
defensive.
every time, sorry,
No,
every
no, go
time
for
just
it.
that a Madrid player had the ball, there was like you feel there was like 4 City players already
Yeah.
surrounding them at all times, everywhere on the pitch, and it's incredible what Pep is doing with this team and how well they are complementing each other.
I would say, as I was watching it, the things I feared the most were not them really getting into our box and linking up close to our goal. It was more like, are they going to score a world-class screamer from like 30 yards out? Like, is Cruz? I mean, Cruz hit the crossbar, right?
Yes, he
Something
does
like
hit the
that.
crossbar.
Those were the things I feared, which I guess in hindsight, you'd take that, right? If their best chances are coming from 25, 30 yards out, you got to think we're defending really well here, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we did that too because you saw that Walker had a shot from long range.
Yeah, we
And
had a
I think
few
it
in the
was,
first half.
yes, and I'm not sure who. I know Rodri had one too, but I believe he had maybe one before that was also from long range. And well, but that's what kept happening with them all throughout the entirety of the match, and we were finally able to just break them down. And
Yeah,
it was just pure masterclass of football there.
absolutely, mate. Hey, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Indianapolis. I am
Oh, cool.
originally from Venezuela, though.
All right, nice one. Cool. Hey, I'm gonna move on to the next caller, Johan. Thank you so much for calling in, mate. I always see you on the
Cheers.
Twitter and all the social media, so I really appreciate your interaction with us, mate.
Cheers. Quick shout out to Andrew Detmer over here from Indianapolis too. I love the stuff that
100%.
you guys do and that they do over there too. Great things are coming, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, mate. Speak soon. All right, there goes Johan.
Bye. Have a good one.
You too. All right. This is great. So, yeah, for those of you who want to call in and chat with me, I dropped a link in the chat. Click on that. You want to have some headphones on whatever device you're using to stop the feedback. Definitely have your video on so that I know that you're not nude or might get nude because that has happened. We want to avoid that. But I'm going to just keep going here. I'm going to keep moving on. I got Jeremy next. Welcome, Jeremy. What's up, mate?
Hey, how's it going, man? Can you hear me okay?
Good. Yeah, I can hear you great. It looks like you got a pro setup there, mate.
We're trying here. I'm a big PC gamer, so.
Except for that Burger King headset. I don't know, mate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's one or the other. It's like, I got this, but I also got that. It's whatever works, right? Sometimes you get on video games and some people can't hear you. So.
I'm just messing with you, mate. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, dude. It's been a good
Cool.
time. Calling in from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Love it.
Yeah. I don't know if you know John Siegley, but he's an avid
Siegs.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talked to him today. We had a good recap of the game, but it's been a good day for sure. I mean,
yeah,
you talk about the last 20 years or so. It's one or two things that can change your fandom, right? So it's been a good day for sure.
Yeah, 100%. This is, I think, a historic moment, mate. Considering who we beat, the fact that we have made the Etihad a fortress when it comes to this competition over the past few years. Yeah, it's taken some time, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's a knockout competition, and you're playing the best teams. I mean, these are the best teams. As
you want to play them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it can take some time to have your mentality right. You're talking about Guardiola. He's a very historically attack-minded manager who has, plays such a high risk style that you're going to get counterattacked. And some of these teams in the Champions League have been really good at it, and it's burned us a few times. But the things that we're seeing, I remember Liverpool, but those stretches of matches where we were giving up, 1, 2, possibly 3 goals within a 10-minute span, those days are over. You know what I mean?
You feel comfortable, right?
yeah, defensively we're just so much better, and the mentality's better, and it's just taking time for us to learn all these lessons. Pep, the players. So yeah. How are you feeling about the final, the Champions League final?
If you want to get my typical City mindset, I think Dzeko scores the 97th minute winner.
Yep.
But I get flamed for that in our chat. People are like, "All right, keep it up, Jeremy." I'm just like, "No, I mean, you look at it, right?" But I mean, I've been watching Inter for the past maybe 2 weeks or so. Obviously, the
Okay.
2 legs, right? And
Yep.
they play a very counter game that's dangerous, right? Dzeko looked
Mm,
very confident as what almost pushing 40 in terms of his age and in terms of his ball control, and then you can bring on Lukaku,
mhm.
late game too. You got two strikers right there, and then Lautaro was absolutely dangerous in that
Good
second leg
player.
too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of look at them and you're just like, what you just mentioned right now, right? That counter, right? Could it be the weakness that we see? But if we come out playing the first 20, 30 minutes that we played tonight, we
Nobody's
can beat
touching us.
anyone. Like
Yeah.
you were talking earlier, like, did you feel nervous? Did you feel this? Did you feel that? I was like 5 minutes in, like I felt great tonight.
Oh,
I was
good.
like, I don't mind this tempo. Everyone was like, oh, we need 4, we need 5. You look at Holland, he misses 2 chances. You're like, oh, we could be up 4. It's like, no, we keep playing like that, we could beat anyone on our day. But
Yeah.
it really depends on who we are on that game day, right? You look back to the last final, we weren't ourselves that day. So,
Nah, agree with
uh,
you. To
but
think to
yeah,
think we just beat Real Madrid 4-0 and their best
yeah,
player was their goalkeeper.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It could have been like 6,
It could have
something
been,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
It could have been 5-0 in the first half,
Wow.
right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, I mean, you look at anyone on our roster today, any of the men on the pitch, like everyone's like, oh, Holland didn't score, he didn't get that goal, he's not the X factor. I mean, he kept the pressure on, right?
Mhm.
He kept
They
them
have
on,
to pay
like,
attention to him. That's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big hockey fan. I'm Canadian, but I'm American,
Right.
English. But like, you look at the pressure and the way things tilt in terms of momentum, right?
Yep.
If you keep the foot on the gas, I mean, the goal's gonna come. And I
Yeah.
don't mind losing 5-1 or winning 5-1 and letting one in, but you saw it today earlier on. It was gonna be at least 4-0, 4-2, 4-1
Yep. Work rate was unbelievable, man,
for
particularly
sure.
first half. Listen, I'm gonna let you go, Jeremy. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
calling in, mate. It's great
yeah,
to I see you again. I see you online as well. It's great to see your
yeah.
face and
Of
chat with
course,
you.
mate. No
And
worries.
we'll
Have a good
speak.
one.
We'll speak again.
Yeah.
See you, mate.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good one.
There's Jeremy. Thank you, mate. All right, let's keep moving. I got like 4 or 5 people in the chat here. Let's go with old friend from New York City, Spencer. Hey. What's
Let's
going on,
go.
brother?
Let's
How
go.
we doing? You're buzzing.
I'm feeling good. Long time no see.
Yeah, right,
Um,
right.
it was absolute scenes here in New York, man.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It it was nuts, and I'm just laughing to myself upon the realization that Julian Alvarez, within a matter of 6 months, could win the World Cup, the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup.
Ballon d'Or.
Just
How do
saying.
you not give it to him? How do you not give it to
And he scored today.
Yeah, did.
Just saying.
Ballon d'Or,
Just
man.
saying.
He's gonna
Yeah.
get robbed of
Stelholan
it,
for
I tell you.
Newton.
Nah, really. So pub was good today. No Madrid fans crept in.
No, not this time. We made
Yeah.
sure there were bouncers there. There were some issues there last week. Once alcohol gets
Yeah.
introduced to the whole scene, not great.
So what were your vibes going into the game, man? Were you confident?
You know what? I really did feel confident this time around.
Good.
I didn't think that we would choke and we would mess up. Honestly, the fact that we left the Bernabeu 1-1, it made today feel like the previous match didn't matter. It was all about
Exactly.
today.
Yep.
And the fact that it was at home as compared to in Madrid, it was we had this on our side, even if the ref wasn't really giving us the calls that we would have liked to see. You know, there were those 2 really bad fouls in the first half against Bernardo. Didn't matter.
Yeah, that was
Didn't
weird.
matter. Yeah, like straight up and not a single call. But it didn't matter. We still went there, we played our game, and more than anything, unlike last year, we didn't play for the draw. We didn't play to run out the clock. We played our game even in the second half, and that was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, we've come a long way, I feel, mentally. Pep too, you know. He's been
He didn't overthink it.
Yeah, he's been criticised for, you know, City's performances in the Champions League and not having won it yet. But, you know, we're on the cusp now. We're on the cusp. So, got the FA Cup final against the Rags. I feel good
win
about
the league
that.
on Sunday.
Win the league Sunday. Fingers crossed. That could be a great
You
day.
heard it here first, people.
What?
You heard it here first, people. We're winning the league on Sunday.
Okay, love that. So I guess are we close enough to the T word to be able to talk about it now? I felt like this was the last hurdle before we could actually start talking about it, right? I've
been saying that word for a few weeks already because I've just been
you're
trying
to put
it out there. No, I'm trying to put it out there into the world, into the universe.
Okay.
Good vibes,
Manifest
bringing that
it.
out there, trying to manifest it.
Yeah,
you know?
Love it. Cool. Well, mate, they're piling up in the chat here, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much, Spencer. As always, you always come through for me, man. You always come through for me. So you've done it again. There goes Spencer. Thank you, mate. Speak soon. There he goes. All right, cool. You all have figured it out how to get into the stream. Next, the guy, they've all been waiting, but Vinay's been waiting a long time. I'm going to bring him on. Vinay, what's up, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you calling from?
Actually, it's pretty fun that you just spoke to Spencer because I was also just at the MADRID Hall in New York before this. So.
Brilliant. Big up the New York Sky Blues, eh?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
What were the vibes in there?
Vibes are great. And it sounds, I mean, honestly, it was packed to rafters on a Wednesday, which, you know, doesn't happen often, but.
Anybody fall off a chair?
I mean, I did, so.
I seen a guy fall off a chair in the video from last week, so.
No.
From your pub.
I love the MADRID Hall. I love the New York Sky Blues.
Nice one. Yeah.
Up City, yeah.
Yeah. So thoughts, mate? Like, have you ever seen City play better than that?
Oof. Honestly, I don't think so. I think John's chants really captured it all for me. I think he was the player because I've been watching the stream for a bit, and you know everyone's been picking their player, and you could pick any one of the 11.
You could. But
John Stones, I mean, at some point he was like in like midfield. I mean, he's so good. He's amazing, and I mean Guardiola has redefined what. You know what any role means, but no. Stonesy was amazing. Stonesy was amazing today. I was extremely nervous going into this game. I booked a half day off because there was just no way I was going to get any work done, and so it proved. But yeah, John Stones. He was a man of the moment.
Shout for John Stones. I love it. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to retweet the stream that's going on so people can get on it.
It's also hilarious that you know we signed Erling Haaland to shoot them goals, and he missed a couple of sitters. To be fair,
yeah, they were great saves though, also, weren't they? I
mean, every goalkeeper who plays against us turns into like prime fucking.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I mean, Manuel Neuer. I don't know. That's too recent.
Nah, but the thing with Haaland is it's not only the goals he scores, it's the space he opens up for everybody else. Like the space that Bernardo Silva got for that first goal. I mean, that's all down to everybody, circling around Haaland, and Bernardo finds himself wide open.
No, I mean,
So yeah,
I must say we crushed them in a way that was unique. Today, to answer your first question, yes, this was probably the best City performance I've ever seen.
I've seen a lot of comments to that effect online from like a lot of pundits. Some even saying the best performance by an English team in the Champions League ever, which is that's high praise, isn't it?
I mean, that's tough, and there's just no objective answer to that question. I would say, it's no, there's just no good answer to that question. So I'll say, like, I was at the bar in New York today, and it was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Oh, I love it for you, mate. Love it. Yeah, it's something special going on right now, man. It's just great to be a part of it. And we could
Okay,
seriously.
no, I will say this. Don't say the T word. It's still
okay. Don't say it.
Not don't
Too
don't
early.
don't ask. Yeah, no.
Fair.
It's
fair
still
enough.
too early.
All right, mate. I'm gonna get to some more callers, but it was really appreciate you calling in, and it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Take care, Vinay. There goes Vinay. Thank you, bro. All right, moving along. Spencer says the guy who fell from the chair last week is okay. He's okay. Brilliant. Love it. Okay, let's keep going. All right, next up, Colton. My brother. How we doing?
Yo, what's going on, man?
How are you? Good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. Same with Spencer. I was gonna say last time I saw you two, I think it was before and after dinner at Tast. So
what a night.
Exactly. It was great.
Brilliant. Do you say anything to Omar Barada?
I didn't. There was so much of his family with him, and then I even heard. I don't know if I even mentioned it. The table next to me, I heard they told their server they were from Norway, and I was like, "Who are they?" And I was just like, "No, I was just in shock and having a great night." So it was the day after the Arsenal match, so I was like on cloud nine the whole time.
So where'd you watch the match today?
So I actually watched from home. I had a really extended weekend. I was up at a bachelor party this weekend in Holland, Michigan. I live in Indianapolis, and I kind of had my Mother's Day and my mom's birthday are only a couple days apart. I live in between here in Michigan, so I stopped off and extended the weekend with the family. Watched my nephew play some soccer, his last game of the year, and got home today to another day off. So long weekend.
Nice one, mate. What a life.
My cat isn't the biggest fan of. I watch at home in my little safe space, but my cat absolutely hates when the footy's on. I think he knows it. Right when the screen turns green, he just dips.
Feels the tension.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you like the match today?
Yo, incredible. Again, it was split because I watched the first half secretly in a big meeting at work that I could not miss. So I had to secretly watch it on my phone while very high level financial discussions were going on. And then the second half, I spent a little bit driving, and then finally got to the pub. By the time I had gotten to the pub, it was 3-0. So I sort of,
yeah. You got like a guard of honor when you walked into the pub, just because it's already 3-0.
Got some songs going in that, so it's cool. It was cool.
I'm sure the pub was different at 2-0 than 3-0. I know, like the attitudes at 2-0 feel so much different than after that third.
It's that PTSD from last season in that same game. You know what I mean? But we're different now. We're different. The mentality is different. The defensive structure's different, and we're something special. We could do something historic.
It's on the cusp.
In the next few weeks, man.
I don't even know like my head on the T word because I'm like so confident in the team, like Detmer levels of confidence, and then like others levels of nervousness, like and it just like comes and goes, and it's just crazy. Like the difference in that Arsenal match and then that Fulham match a couple days later, like that Fulham match was just tense. It just felt tense.
Yeah. Yep.
But
it was. I think it was. We spent a lot of like mental and physical energy in that Arsenal game to dominate them the way we did. That at Fulham, it was like, right, we need to just find the energy somehow. Do you know what I mean? And they made it. They were really good, Fulham. So
it was a tough match.
I mean, really well. but
A lot of
it's a
injuries, and Alvarez's goal
Alvarez's goal was insane, bro.
it was nuts.
Insane.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, what are you doing Sunday?
Sunday. I think I'll be just chilling. All my Sundays are all about just like taking it easy and stuff, and especially if the wife's at work. The wife she had to work at 3 today, so I'm watching just me and the cat. And some days are good for the pub. Other days I'm just a little. Yeah. But I've had some secret ones, like you said earlier. I remember just this year, the FA Cup match versus Arsenal. I was in San Francisco on a hike, and I had like no service. And I'm like, my friends are like footy fans. They're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "It doesn't." They're like, "Watch your footing." I'm like, "We're playing Arsenal. They're pretty good." No, but it's always good to get one on the way to the pub on the bike as well. I've tried to manage that before when I'm running
the
late.
Things we do, man, for this club. Boy,
it's brilliant, man. I love it.
Hey, thanks for calling in. It's great to see your face again.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on. It's great to see you again. And shout out to NCFC Seattle. Got their stickers on the bottle there. Met them in Green Bay. So
Seattle City Blues.
Yep. But
love it.
Cheers, man.
Right. You too, mate. Bye.
Take care.
There goes Colton. All right, we are plowing through these. Thank you all. Thank you everyone in the chat who's watching along and commenting. It's been a great night. We're keeping it going here. I've got 2 more people in the waiting room that I'm going to add, and then probably wrap it up because I'm getting close to an hour. So let's just keep moving here. I've got Scarf Boy is next. Scarf Boy, what's going on?
How's it going, Mov? How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. Is that what your parents call you, Scarf Boy?
No, well, it's on my birth certificate, but it's my middle name. So I have like a first and a last name. No. No, it's not.
Cool. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Wisconsin. Cream Citizens represent.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I see that. I see your name, Scarf Boy, online all the time. So
it's us.
I appreciate you interacting with us. It's cool.
Yeah,
so
man,
where'd you watch it today?
At the Highbury, at the pub.
I love it.
Boys. Yeah, it was great. We rolled pretty deep down there. Yeah, it's pretty surprising how many people we can get down to a pub in Milwaukee on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Nah, it's fantastic being a supporters club, man.
It's a good time.
Yeah. Just again.
Yeah.
Are they weird? Are they
so
weirdos
fun.
in yours? Because they're weirdos in mine, but I love them.
I mean, we're pretty small because at the Highbury there's like 3 or 4 other teams. You know, of course, Arsenal is big. Chelsea is big down there too. And we're kind of like the newest crew. So we're a little bit quiet, a little bit timid. Plus, it's hard when you win everything. You know, you're kind of a dick. Everyone just assumes. But
get the songs going in that.
Yeah, well, we have a gong actually. So when we score, so shout out to my man Tim, who was the gong man today, who ran up there. There's 30 guys jumping, and one dude dips out. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's cool, man. So, are you a really confident City fan, or are you nervous about this?
No, absolutely not. I'm confident at 4-0.
Okay, I love it.
3-0, a little nervous. 2-0, scared, but yeah. No, it was real nervy today, but watching the game in live time, the third goal looked like an own goal, and that really kind of felt like a big turning point towards they kind of shot themselves in the foot one last time, and it felt like
I thought he might have been offside, but no, we were good on that. So 3-0. Yeah. Were you breathing all right at 3-0, or?
Yeah, we were feeling good.
Was it the fourth one?
No, I mean by the fourth. Well, there's at the Highbury, like I said, there's a couple other fans, and one of my pals who I played youth with is a United fan. He rolled in, he's having a good time, buying beers for everybody. And at 3-0, he walks over and he starts talking about the curse, about Yaya's curse. He says the curse has been lifted. I say, hey, it's 10 minutes left. It's 10 minutes left. We need to stay serious here. But so he was razzing us a little bit, but it was a good time.
Cool. So, standout player for you today. I know they were all good, but if you had to pick one.
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be Kyle Walker, right? I mean, the fastest player in the world. There's really only 2 players in world football that I'm actually truly afraid of. That's got to be Benzema and Vinny, right? And Kyle Walker absolutely pocketed Vinny. Like he was completely anonymous today, Kyle Walker, I think, is a little bit unappreciated. I think he's kind of in the Fernandinho territory of probably the best in the league in his position. Probably has been for a long time.
Double compliment. Oh, yeah. Compliment for Ferner and for Kyle. I love it.
For sure. Yeah, he's so quick. He really makes everybody else calm too. I think he really calms things down.
It's amazing to see how important Kyle Walker has been over the last month, considering what Pep said about him in this new setup that we're playing with the 3 defenders and the 2 midfielders. He said, "Yeah, Kyle Walker can't play that," and now he's coming in the Champions League
that's pretty funny.
semi,
And I
he's
took that
lost it.
personally. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, he did take
Yeah,
it personally, didn't
absolutely.
he?
Okay, what do you think? Are we keeping him for the final? Because he's kind of like a pace specialist, you know, and he's the obvious choice to shut down Vinny. But do we keep him for the final against a slower Italian team?
That's a great question because I don't know enough about Inter to know about their wingers.
Me neither.
And whether we need him for that, because you could argue that, you know, our best defense when we do that 3 at the back is, you know, Ake, Diaz, and Akanji. But Walker, I mean, at this point, you're kind of going, you know, whoever's fittest, you really can't go wrong. You know what I mean?
Right. I know.
And Akanji too, man. Akanji playing like a hybrid left back. He's never done it before in his career, and he's out there in a Champions League semi-final doing that. It's amazing, amazing. Listen, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get to some of the other folks, all right?
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you, mate. Speak soon. Ta-ra. There he goes. Scarf Boy. Loving it. Loving it. All right. These folks have been waiting. Here is Ryan. Welcome to the show, mate. Ryan, how you doing, pal? Hey, I see your mouth moving, but I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Oh, now you can.
Yeah, it's that McDonald's headset, mate. It's you
Hey,
might need to upgrade.
It's the work headset. It's through that's all I can say.
No, you're good. I can hear you loud and clear, Ryan. Where are you from, mate?
Oh, Louisville, Kentucky, man, holding it down on my own.
Hell, love it.
No, so Louisville, not Louisville.
Louisville. Do you know Center College?
Not off the top
It's
of my head.
right in the middle of Kentucky.
Oh, no. I tried to stay away from the rest of it.
All right, sorry. Stupid reference.
Just in the city, nice, safe, blue area, you know.
Love it. Love it.
No, but so Alvarez, his final goal.
Yeah.
Not that Holland is jealous or not happy for his teammates, but the final's coming. And I think it's really just going to give him that extra little push to be like, yeah, you know, I can still do this. I'm still number 1. So that was exciting.
To have those two as your strikers is something else, isn't it? I mean, yeah, and you're absolutely right. They're going to keep pushing each other. We are so blessed, and to think we got Alvarez for what, like 16 million quid or something like that is ridiculous. I mean, Holland obviously was a bargain as well, but to get those two combined for less than, say, like a Darwin Nunez is we're laughing. Brilliant stuff.
Well,
he's great, man. He's great. Go on.
So that's just, that is what it is. But I mean, but Alvarez, Holland, Ortega challenging Ederson, so he's obviously stepped up. Still some scary things with Ederson, but my man Bernardo, we can't let him go. I mean,
with you.
What does it cost to get a jet to fly him home for dinner? I don't know. But oil money, right? So we should make that happen. Definitely.
Yeah, as well as we're playing, it's hard to see anybody leaving. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want them to leave when they're this good, and that's, I guess, one of the sad things about being so good. But I imagine I don't want to jinx it, but if we were to win the Champions League, you can imagine a few of the players going, right, that's sorted. I won that. I'd like to go somewhere else and for a new challenge. Can you see that happening? Hopefully not with Pep, but
I mean, so Gundo's at the end of his contract, right? Like, you can't not want to extend that because he's a different kind of brilliant.
Yep.
Bernardo obviously wants to go, but who else would you see? I guess there's talk about Laporte wanting to go, but really, I mean, other than what KDB, maybe, but
I can't see KDB being on that list. But I think there might be some players that might surprise you that you know, might have been here a while and go, right, that's it. I've sort of completed it.
if you so they say one and done. Well, we're at what, one and done, right? So the discussion of being just brilliant, as we already know we are. Maybe, I guess, then you could see people leaving. But where do you go to when you're already at the best club?
Well, yeah, you're not going to land somewhere better than this, are you? I almost feel like having not won the Champions League has been a little bit of a carrot for some of these players to stick around and see it out and keeps them hungry and performing in all the competitions. So I just wonder when they, I think it'll be very easy for complacency to set in once we win the Champions League for some of these guys. And you might have to just refresh some minds, refresh some bodies, just to go again. That's my thought.
Well, you bring up complacency, and I really am very nervous about Pep's situation, because whenever Pep's ready to go, he's going to go. And once he does the champion, is that going to be enough for him? Is he gonna be ready to come to the MLS and just dominate it here?
You never know, man. You never know.
once he goes, that's very scary, especially if company is not ready to take over. Not to my eggs before they're hatched. But
all right, Ryan. Hey, thanks so much for calling in, mate. It's good to meet you.
Yeah, man. Good to meet you too. Have a good one.
You too. Call in again next time. We'll speak then.
If I'm not working. Thank you, man.
All right, mate. Take care. There goes Ryan. Cool. Whew. All right, let's keep this going. Next up, he's been waiting. Here is Andrew.
Hey.
What's up, mate? How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you calling from?
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Brilliant.
Yes. Atlanta citizens. I haven't been able to get out to some of this stuff. I work on the weekends, so.
That sucks.
But I was working today. I'm in between jobs. I picked up a part-time job at a grocery store, so I'm in the aisles. One AirPod in, like kind of phone hidden away, tucked away.
Yeah.
That's the day everybody wants to ask you questions about the best kind of coffee. Best kind of coffee for a cold brew. Should it be a lighter grind, or just, can you give me a moment? I think I took my break right when I came in just so I could wrap up the rest of the game. So
you basically watched this on your phone today, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So hey, we do what we got to do.
Exactly.
What we got to do.
It's my guy in the background. It's my favorite City player of all time. So I had to show some love there.
Absolute cult hero, mate. Absolute cult hero. Had one assist in the Premier League.
The most
while he was here. He had and he had that one. Imagine that. Now that's cool. So, is this the best you've ever seen City play?
I would say, yeah. I mean, the 100-point season was great. Obviously, in the Champions League, it was tough that year. But yeah, I would say, I mean, just the. I was talking to one of my friends who's been a City fan since the 80s. He saw them in League Two, and was it League Two or the third division? When they went down. So he saw them there, and he's so funny because he's like a classic citizen. He hates the Champions League. He's just like, one of those guys where
I know one of those. Yeah.
So it's, I always confide in him, but yeah, I know. I think this is their mentality this year. I messaged him after maybe the Leipzig game, and I was just like, it's like, man, it's just different. Like, it's just different. There's times, like everybody was saying today, where there was a lot of chances that didn't go in. And I don't even think it was about not being clinical. It was just Courtois was like amazing on his head, right? Like he had an amazing game. So But even with that De Bruyne goal in the last week against Madrid, it just felt it just felt right. So there's just something different about them. But
agree.
I'm hoping we can wrap it up against Chelsea this weekend, but I'm not gonna, I was one of the worst moments of my life. I was flying from LA to Atlanta last year, second leg against Madrid, hungover on the plane, tried to kick it back up, and by the time I landed, I kind of got a whim of the score. I was trying to watch the game on the flight, and I got a whim of the score. It was just terrible. It was the worst hangover I think I ever had. I think I had it for the whole year, actually. I don't think.
Hey, we put it right tonight, my friend.
That's right.
We absolutely slapped them. So yeah, and I was saying to one of the callers earlier, sometimes teams have to go through those experiences to learn from them, and surpass them the next time you run into them. So I remember I've been a long time fan of the Dallas Mavericks, and when right before they won their first title and only, it took them a few years to play. They were playing the same teams in the playoffs every year, and they just kept learning from every experience and finally won it. And it gives me those sort of vibes. Like, you just got to keep trying. It's a knockout. You got to get a bit of luck. Although I would tell you, in this run, I don't think we've had too much luck. Can you think of anything lucky that happened to us in the Champions League this season? I can't.
No, I mean, we won every game at home,
good,
right?
Yeah,
we're undefeated at home, rather. I will say that strike from KDB. I felt, is pragmatic the word we could use for the first leg of this?
I think so. I think that's the perfect word, actually.
We owned the possession in that game, but I didn't feel like we were showing intent to score and like as we were today. Like,
I agree,
I felt like
100%. Yeah. I was, again, I said I was pleased to see him go with the same 11 he played in Madrid, and I felt like just the change of venue would be the difference maker, because we're just a better team at home. You got the crowd behind you. You can play with a little bit more courage. It's a one-off game at this point because it's basically 0-0 evens. You're not trying to protect the lead. You're not chasing a deficit. So I think he played it absolutely perfect with the pragmatic first leg, bring him back to our place and smash him there, and we did it. So great feeling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then I just want to tag on to the conversation you're having with the last caller, because I try to be a little bit forward thinking, but it's so hard with like the treble. I hate even to say it because I've seen
that's
what
cool.
We've done in the
We're
past.
almost there.
But yeah, I could see there being like a drop off next season. I don't want to get that far ahead. Let's stay here, but I could feel some content with like whatever happens next year happens next year. Like, we do what we can do this year. Like,
no, I agree. But if Pep sticks around after he wins the Champions League, he's going to have another job on his hands, because it's, I think, only natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just won the Prem. I think, fingers crossed, we're about to win the Prem for the third time in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've done, fingers crossed, the Champions League. You've maybe done a treble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, this United fans were talking about the quadruple like months ago, right? So I think now that we're
You're in the semi-final for that.
Yeah, 3 games away from potential treble, I think we can maybe talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, Andrew, thanks for the call, mate. I'm going to let you go.
I had one question for you.
Oh,
well,
yeah, please.
Okay. So there's a lot of new chants that seem to be popped up this year. I wanted to get your take on what's your favorite, right? So they have the Daddy Cool riff with John Stones, which might be a little bit older, but I think it's like picked up a lot of traction this season. Fleetwood Mac, Follow You Everywhere, and then the new Rhythm is a Dancer.
Yeah.
So if you could rank those, how would you?
All right, I'm going to rank them as they pop off at our pub, because they all pop off at the pub. But I will tell you, I think the one that has really gets everybody going is the Fleetwood Mac one.
Yeah,
I think people love that shit, and I think the Rhythm as a Dancer is relatively new. So, and it's pretty wordy.
Right, yeah.
So it's hard to get everybody going with it because they're a little bit, people are nervous to sing in the first place. You know what I mean? I'll run around, look like an idiot singing my head off, and hopefully people pick up the vibes and they sing along, right? Because it feels a lot better when everybody looks like a clown instead of just me, right? And actually, when everybody's singing, you don't look like clowns. You look like you're an organized bunch, and it's a nice atmosphere. It's cool. But the one that pops off, the one that will get Joey McCune to put his drink down and sing along, is the Fleetwood Mac song. So that's number one.
Okay.
And the other two, I mean, I think the Rhythm as a Dancer one is that's the Edison and Ake Walker. Yeah, that one is a little newer.
Yeah.
But when I was in England, that was everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Because it was brand new and it was it references Istanbul.
Right.
Which everybody gets behind the whole Champions League idea and everything. That was probably the number one while I was over there. And I'll tell you this, Johnny Stones is just an absolute icon in Manchester. Do not besmirch John Stones within Manchester proper, because you will get smashed up. He is an absolute legend amongst the locals, as I'm sure he is here. But
that's beautiful.
Yeah. Nah, great question, by the way, on the songs. I fucking love a song, man. And the songs they've come out with this season have been great.
Yeah, no, I try to stay up on them. They sound better at the home. At the away grounds.
Yeah, because they're more concentrated set of fans, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well done, Andrew. Hey, nice speaking to you.
Yeah, likewise. Have a good evening.
You too, mate. Ta-ra.
All right. Ciao.
There goes Andrew. Great call. All right, Patrick, are you getting on, mate? What's going on? I will look for your response in the chat. Right now, I'm going to bring on a local lad. Here he is. It's my
boy.
Mate.
What's happening?
Preston, aka Drake.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Loud
yes, sir.
Clear. Good headset, bro. Good headset.
I love it. This is an original UK headset. I got this from a Sainsbury's in Manchester. Good times. So, repping for the culture.
So you bought a Vimto, a Whisper, and some headphones.
Yeah. So
where were you today, man? We missed you at the pub.
Man, I was at work. All right. I was watching it through Google. They have the little live commentary. That's about as good as I got. I got to read everything that was happening. So good times,
So the question that Andrew just asked, you're at the pub, you like to sing. What's your favorite song at the moment?
Follow You Everywhere is a classic, but the Free From Desire one has been stuck in my head for like the whole month.
Yeah.
Just in general. I was at a rave in Manchester and they played the original song and I just sang the Holland version because, I'm an asshole and I just wanted to, piss off all the United fans that were there because I think we went to that rave like the night after the Sevilla match where United had conceded 2 own goals. And it kicked off a bit, but we had a good time. But
cool.
But
cool. So,
man,
did you watch the highlights from today then?
I did, and man, Bernardo Silva, man. What more can you say? But
people were saying he shouldn't have played today. They were calling for Mahrez or Foden on the wing, but
I mean, just in general, I feel like we're not there. We're not seeing the training sessions. We're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, and like I was
more
thinking,
than the Twitter guys.
He might. I haven't asked him, but maybe he does. But I think the player overall this season that has surprised me the most has been Gundogan. Period. If you just look at his whole story from getting signed in 2016, so he gets signed in 2016, ACL, season-ending injury. Nobody knows where his career is going to go from that point. He's good, but not really at that elite level in his first few seasons back. But now it's just like, ever since last year at the Villa match, he's going into like legend territory. Like
he's up there with Yaya, bro. He's up there with
Yeah.
Yaya. We were talking about it on the podcast. Like, he's got those big
Yeah.
moments. The thing that
And
makes Yaya a legend is the moments.
oh
He
yeah.
was a great player, but never hit the consistent levels that like a David Silva did.
Yeah.
But he had big, heavy goals, heavy moments,
And
and that's why he's a City legend. Gundogan has crept into that territory.
yes. Yes.
So yeah,
And one
absolutely.
thing that I've been playing with the idea since we advanced to the final today, finals in Istanbul, Gundogan with the Turkish roots. Imagine my
Okay.
man Gundogan, Turkish legend,
Yeah,
Turkish,
maybe.
German, whatever.
Adds
That
up.
would be a moment to score in, what's kind of his home country in a way. To
He needs
score a winning goal there, that would be mental.
he needs a
Like,
better song, doesn't he?
do we even have a Gundogan? I don't
Yeah,
even
it's
know.
the Silky Ilky song.
We've
Or
been doing that for about 5
Il
years.
Ilkai Made the Scousers Cry. There's that one.
I mean, the Scousers are in like 5th, 6th. I mean, are they even a threat? Are they even a concern anymore?
they're
Like,
creeping into the Champions League spots, mate. If Newcastle don't watch out, and Manchester United for that fact, they don't watch out, they're gonna
man, I
miss
just
miss
want
out.
Brighton. I want Brighton to get their Europa League spot, and I'll be satisfied. That's what I want. Like,
Love it. Yeah, they're
but
so good. I'd love to see that too. All
but
right, bruv.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in as always. I will see you soon, I'm sure.
Special shout out to Blue Moon Dallas, the best
Hey.
Dallas, the only Manchester City Dallas supporters group.
Mate.
I
Trying to get
can't
me in
say
trouble, bro. All right, mate.
man.
I'll speak
All right,
soon.
bro. Take it
Ta-ra.
easy.
Bye. There goes Preston, also known as Drake. Okay. We got somebody in sunglasses. What's going on here? Let's bring this person on. This person is called Not Champion. I don't know what that means. This could be a disaster. So get your power buttons at the ready. Hey, how's it going, mate?
Edison and I keep walking around the country, riveting at shoddy stones.
John Stones.
Fencing Europe, we're Manchester City, on our way to Istanbul. Whoa, where the boys in blue. Whoa, coming after you. Whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's my last for the day because I'm absolutely knackered after that.
I didn't recognize you, bruv.
Yeah, I know, mate. I was looking like a bumblebee, wasn't I? Yeah.
Ah, I thought it might have been one of the Gallagher brothers.
Mate, in a million years, mate. Yeah.
How you doing?
I am absolutely on top of the world, just like everybody else in a sky blue shirt right now, mate. That was just ridiculous, wasn't it?
Did you imagine we could beat him that badly?
Nah.
No.
I wanted to. I wanted to, but my conscience was saying, like, giving me a slap in the face, saying, "That's enough with your delusions of grandeur, mate." Like, it just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in a blue universe.
Just because it's Real Madrid, or what? Or just because it's Real Madrid, or because it's typical City,
one of these in inverted commas like heritage clubs. You know what I mean? Like Bayern Munich was like, you know, as far as it goes in terms of like setting yourself and like setting an example of what like a new club in the European an established competition can do to their heritage clubs. But it was just ridiculous. And I mean, someone mentioned in the pub today, it was just like, if you're going to go through the knockout stages of a competition where your aggregate score at home is, 14-0, that is setting a marker for what you're going to do in a competition. And I know we've done things like that before in your Carabao and your FA Cup and things like that before, but to do it against Europe's elite is just, it's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable.
Different gravy, mate. Different gravy.
Yeah.
Best City performance you've ever seen?
Yeah, it's the best performance I've seen since the days of when we had Begovic, Matomo, and Gota dominating attack, defense, and midfield. You know, that's sort of where it started for me, and I haven't seen anything remotely similar since, mate. So yeah, it deserves a mention there.
Aye, taking me back there, pal. Taking me
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Love it.
Nothing wrong with being nostalgic, mate. That's all. That's all part of being a Blue, you know.
Listen, I know they were all good, man, but did you have any favorites today?
Everyone deserved the man of the match today, but
Yeah.
I think again he's an unsung hero because his price tag doesn't bring up a lot of big headlines. But again, Manuel Akanji, just to go from a man who was basically bought for the equivalent of 6 Harry Maguires, to put in a performance that was better than 5 Harry Maguires on a pitch was just absolutely ridiculous. Like this man, everybody when he was signed was basically said, "Oh, there's this question marks because he is a defender that's more suitable to a high line." To then turn around and basically become someone who is a utility man that can cover all 4 corners of a defensive line and do it fantastically is just absolutely spectacular to me. Of course, everybody on the chat here has also mentioned Rodri as well too. My God, Rodri, is that man subatomic because he was in 2 places at once. He is a one-man double pivot.
Yeah.
He was everywhere, and it was just absolutely ridiculous.
Insane.
Yeah,
insane levels. So Rodri gets a shout there. I love that. A lot of people at the pub were talking about Rodri after the game. The guy we haven't talked about too much, either at the pub or online just now, is Jack Grealish. I thought Jack Grealish was phenomenal, just running at that Carvajal just for 90 minutes, getting himself in the box, creating all kinds of havoc. Do you think
Jack was sort of got ignored because everybody was so concerned about the Bernardo versus Camavinga battle, or the Vinicius versus Walker battle, or what defenders were going to go up against Haaland? I think we sort of ignored it, despite the fact that it was probably the spiciest encounter in the first leg.
Yeah.
Once we got back to Manchester, it wasn't a fair fight.
No, good shout, mate. I just thought he was phenomenal. The thing he does so well, obviously, is get fouled, slows the game down when we needed it. There was a portion of the second half where it did get a bit open, a bit basketball esque, and there were moments where we really needed to stop and rest, calm it down a bit. And Jack is so perfect for that, man. So good at it.
You felt like there was long periods in the second half where we were quite literally playing like an 11-man tennis match with them, where it was like anytime we got the ball forward, it was just KDB and Haaland, and it's Madrid were like, well, if you're going to pull off one of your absolute worldy sort of passes or assists that have been posted on YouTube with Slavian EDM music for the last 10 years, then go for it. You're going to score a goal. You're deservedly going to score a goal. But the fact that they always had Militao and then later on Rudiger back there to cover it basically meant that, okay, unless you guys do something ridiculous, you're going to score here. So it was just for that period of the second half, it was just like, try your best with the 2 players, but we're going to try and bomb everybody forward. And the fact that it didn't pull off, it was just like, well, it didn't escalate from there really. And then when it did, Edison basically did what Courtois did to us last season. Some of those saves there were just like, he has well and truly silenced the haters. Absolutely silenced the haters.
I still can't get my head around how we've landed, or how Pep has landed with the balance in this side, because it took me a long time when Pep got here to understand that defenders were attackers and attackers were defenders, right? And now it's like, now he's flipped it, and now he wants defenders who defend and attackers who attack, and let them do their natural jobs. And it's a complete 180 from what I had to learn for years. And he's just an absolute genius.
Well, what's more remarkable is the fact that, at the core of our defense has basically been, the construct of our defense has basically been a bank of centre backs playing across an entire back 3 or back 4. So if anybody's going to be criticized for overthinking, but actually making fantastic results out of it, it's actually cheeky. Pep doesn't overthink; it's cheeky, and let him overthink because it's obviously been effective. So, if you're going to play 4 centre backs, then let Cheeky keep buying more defenders in that. So, given next season, we'll probably see Josko Vardiol probably playing a wing back role. Who knows, mate? Who knows?
Sexy Bergenstein.
Yay! There he goes.
Sexy Bergenstein. Listen, on that note, I'm going to let you go.
Yeah,
and I'm going to wrap up the chat.
Always a pleasure talking to you, mate. Just before I go to anybody out there, there are a few people in the OSCs in America that were keen to do preseason for Japan, South Korea. Please get in touch with me. A lot of you have my contacts, mcfc.sydney Blues Instagram, MCFC Sydney on Facebook. Get in touch with me. We've got a group of our guys going. Let's get a team together. Let's have a great fun, because regardless whether we end up with 1, 2, or 3 trophies, I'll tell you what, we're going to be buzzing over in the Far East, that's for sure.
100%, mate. Hey, lots of love for you in the chat too, Pat. So
thanks, mate. Yeah, I don't see the chat when I'm on here, but yeah, guys, look, I don't know if anybody knows, but I'm also a panelist now on the Mancunian Way, because I know you keep in touch with Martin from time to time now. So I'm looking forward to chatting to you a bit more often, mate.
Fantastic, mate. Great to talk to you as
Till
always.
next time, brother.
All
Miss
right,
you,
mate.
Enjoy the day, enjoy the night. Have all the best.
Will do. Cheers, pal. All right, round of applause there. Woo. And with that, we've done an hour and a half. I'm going to wrap it up for the night. I had to come on and talk to you. Just too many good vibes tonight after that performance. Thank you so much to everybody who came on and chatted with me. Thanks for all of you in the chat for playing along and making me laugh. And yeah, you're just the best. I look knackered, says Chris. Yeah, I am. It's been an emotional day, man. That's a lot to digest. I'll get hooked up with Joey again soon, and we'll get a podcast out. You know, we like to do victory laps after this type of win, so we'll get that going for you. Get to your pubs this weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed, City will become Premier League champions, and then it's just, you know, more to come after that. FA Cup final against the Rags, Champions League final. Oh, mwah. Can't believe it. Yeah, we're going to Istanbul. And on that note, thank you very much. We're at Noisy Pod on Twitter. We're on all the podcast is our main thing. It's on all the podcast apps. Get on there. Download the latest one. Have a listen. Hopefully you like it. And yeah, hopefully we'll do this again soon. Another call-in show. Hopefully get Joey on with me, and we'll chat some more. That being said, up the Blues, and we'll see you next time. Ta-ra.